School Prep Room, saving you both time and money. Hello and welcome to School Prep Room's latest video tutorial. In today's video we're going to look at how to set the closing times for bookings. The closing times are set in the school setup and then the settings menu. I've recently made some additions here to make the system more flexible. So there are different types of closures that you can have. You can have what we call a hard close, which means that at a set time bookings end and it's not possible to make any bookings at all. Or you can have a soft close where at a certain time if someone tries to make a booking, they get a message that the bookings have closed and that they need to speak to a technician. It's up to you which of these you would like to choose. You can then close bookings in two different ways. You can have a rolling closure, and we can select that by clicking on the checkbox there. This is basically a notice period of time that's required before a booking is required. So in this case we set 48 hours. So the technicians need 48 hours notice before a booking can be honoured. If someone tries to book outside of that time, then in this case, because we have hard close on, the system will simply not accept any bookings. Your other option is to auto close bookings at a fixed time each day. So in this case we've set it for 10:30 at night on Thursdays, and we can set a notice period, so in this case of 5 minutes, at which point an email will be sent out to remind people to book. These figures are rather silly, so let's change them to 12:30, and we'll give people 60 minutes notice. We can then put a notice message in there, and that will be sent out to all of the teachers and technicians 60 minutes before closing time, so at 11:30. This works quite well in this case because 12:30 may be lunchtime, so teachers will get notice if they're checking their emails at lunch to make sure that their bookings are in. If you have a hard close set, then you'll be able to see whether bookings are still open when you go to make bookings, and I can show you that here. So when you click on to make a booking, you'll be able to see that we have a C here, and this means that we can't make a booking at any of these times, but we can make a booking for Tuesday, which is 48 hours on. That rolling booking time will also bridge weekends. So if you set a 48-hour notice period, then at the end of the day on a Friday, the soonest anyone will be able to book for would be first thing on Wednesday morning. So that 48 hours doesn't include the weekend period. We've also added some options with time delays for bookings for specific practicals, and we're going to have our new practical stored practical tutorial out soon, which will show you how to use that. That will then allow you to set a notice period required for any particular practical. Now in most cases you might want to set that to 0 and use the rolling closure or the fixed time closure to control your bookings, but in some cases you might want a longer notice period. So for example, if you need to get stocks in of, for example, pondweed or live animals, then you might say, well, I need at least 48 hours notice or a week's notice to get that practical ready in time. So you can then set that for that particular practical. It'll then not be possible to book that stored practical if that notice period if it's within that notice period. So that's really all there is to auto closing your bookings. You can always close your bookings in the view booking sheet by clicking on close bookings, no matter which of these two options you've selected. So you can always manually close your bookings if that's what you want to do. I hope you found this tutorial useful, and if you have any questions or suggestions, then do get in touch. Thank you very much.